what kind of scars can this bloody and sadistic genocide can leave on the children of Palestine? And also, and that would be in a way my last question, are you worried that Gaza, in the eyes of other authoritarian regimes and dictatorships, and I'm including what so-called democracies, could become the new normal?
Well, as to the first question, in 2004, before Hamas became the ruling party in Gaza, there was a psychiatric report on the post-traumatic state of Palestinian children. 95% of them showed post-traumatic symptoms of one kind or another. And by the way, in 2004, those kids were children. Guess who were the young people that streamed into Israel on October the 7th? Those traumatized kids, full of despair and rage. Nobody ever talks about that. And that was before the current horrors. At this point, I have to tell you, I'm not confident that Gaza will even survive as an entity. I'm not confident that the Israelis won't succeed in somehow forcing them into even a smaller enclave and in a smaller concentration camp. Israel at this point seems to have the winning hand in terms of militarily. I have terrible forebodings about what's going to happen to the Palestinians. But we'll see. They also have tremendous resilience, tremendous courage. I've visited Gaza. I've been to the occupied territories. I know how much heart they have. I have some faith in them, but history is very cruel sometimes. I don't know how it's going to go. I've forgotten the second part of your question, Frank.
No, I was wondering if Gaza could become the new normal. You know, Israel did it. Why not? Yeah.
I think that Gaza, when I think of wider support for Israel, we live in a post-colonial world where very few powers and economic entities control most of the world, and the inequality, as you know, is just getting worse and worse, and so that the top few people in the world control more wealth than the bottom half, 50% of humanity. That system has to be maintained. And one of the reasons I think that the West supports Israel so vociferously is because it's a lesson to the rest of the world. You better not challenge us. If you want to know what's going to happen to you, this is what's going to happen to you. So it already has become the new normal. And, you know, there's an article in the New York Times this morning about the Israelis are using Palestinians as human shields. There's an article in Le Monde this morning about how the Bedouin have been ethnically cleansed from the Negev Desert and from the West Bank. These things are reported, but nobody does anything about them. So this is the new normal.